There's an old story about a 6-year-old boy named Shane. His dog, Belker, was dying. The family gathered as the vet explained there was nothing more they could do. And Shane sat there quietly, stroking Belker's fur as his best friend took his last breath. Now, if you've ever lost a dog, you know that silence. That hollow silence where the world keeps moving but yours has stopped. That's where the family was. After Belker passed, Shane's dad asked the question we've all wondered. Why do dogs live such short lives? And what Shane said next stopped everyone. He said, people are born so they can learn how to live a good life, like loving everybody and being nice, right? His parents nodded, not sure where this was going. Well, dogs already know how to do that, so they don't have to stay as long. Let that sink in. A 6-year-old just explained the meaning of life better than most philosophers ever could. Dogs already know how to do that, so they don't have to stay as long. Dogs already know how to do that. They don't have to stay as long. Think about it. What do we spend our entire lives trying to learn? How to love unconditionally, how to forgive instantly, how to live in the present moment, how to find joy in simple things, how to be loyal, even when it's hard. We read books about it. We go to therapy for it. We spend decades trying to figure out what dogs just know. From day one, a dog doesn't wake up thinking, I'm going to hold a grudge today. They don't play games or give you the silent treatment. You could yell at them for chewing your shoes, and 5 minutes later, they're back, tail wagging, ready to forgive. They love you when you're broken. When you're crying at 2 a.m, when you've lost your job, when your world is falling apart, your dog, still there, still looking at you like you hung the moon. And maybe that's why God made their time here so short. They're not here to learn. They're here to teach. And if you pay attention, they'll teach you everything about being human. They teach us that joy doesn't require a reason. Your dog doesn't need a promotion or a vacation to be happy. They just need you to come home. You walking through that door, that's Christmas morning to them. Every single day. When's the last time you felt that way about anything? They teach us what loyalty really means. Not loyalty when it's convenient. Just pure, bone deep, I'm with you till the end loyalty. Rain or shine, sickness and health, they chose you, and that choice is forever. No conditions. They're there. They teach us to live in the moment. Dogs don't worry about yesterday or stress about tomorrow. They're just fully here. When they're playing, they're all in. When they're resting, they're fully at peace. Is less than hash shown. 0 hash is greater than they're here now, fully alive. And that's something we've completely forgotten. And maybe most importantly, they teach us that love doesn't need to be complicated. We make it so hard. We put conditions on it. We hold back. But a dog, they just love completely, without hesitation, without keeping score. So yeah, their time here is short, heartbreakingly short. And it hurts when they go. God, does it hurt? But maybe that's part of the lesson too. The pain we feel when we lose lose them, that's proof of how deeply they loved us. That's proof they succeeded in their mission. The size of your grief is a direct measure of their impact on your life. And maybe their short lives force us to appreciate them while they're here, to not take a single tail wag for granted, to treasure every walk, every head on your lap, every time they bring you their toy. They live in dog years because they cram a lifetime of love into whatever time they have. They don't waste a single day being petty. They just love us fully and completely from the moment they meet us until their very last breath. And in doing that, they show us who we're meant to become. God gave dogs to humans for a reason. Not to stay forever, but to remind us what forever love looks like. To show us that life isn't about how long you live. It's about how fully you love. And dogs, they've already mastered that. So they don't need to stay as long, but we do. Because we're still learning. Still trying to love like they do. Still trying to live like every moment matters. So the next time you look at your dog, remember, they're not just a pet. They're a teacher. A living example of everything we're trying to become. And their time here is too short. But maybe that's why every second with them matters so much. Because they're teaching us how to live one tail wag at a time.